So I wanted to share some examples from our patients who are exploring these lens-based postural changes. And Michael was kind enough to agree to allow us to share some of the footage of our explorations together. And so I'm going to bring him up here and let's see. Good. Okay. So now, just to orient you, this was a portion from a lecture that I had presented to some of my colleagues in behavioral optometry. And Michael here is going to be seen first as we started wearing no glasses. SC means sans compensation or sans correction. And so this is going to show with no glasses. And also, this is the final prescription. And this means plus a quarter, minus a quarter, axis 5 in both eyes. OU is means both eyes. But what the components are here, we move in quarter steps of power. So this is the smallest amount of power in the sphere component. And then you could see minus that same amount of power in the cylinder component. So the net power is 0 in one meridian and actually plus a quarter in the other meridian. And so this is the smallest kind of prescription one can write using just basic spherocylinder prescription writing. So you'll see Michael here, and he is moving, first of all, with his natural gait. He doesn't wear glasses. And he came to me. There were some problems posturally that were identified as something that the vision was really the interference. So I'll have him pause here, and you'll be able to see this is him in the final prescription. And there's much more freedom of movement there. And I'll do this again side by side so you can see.
Yeah, it's lighter, steadier, and
I feel a little different. I feel lighter.
yeah, you're walking also in more with more integration between the two sides.
So you should be able to see him side by side. There's just greater ease on this side.
Yeah, it's lighter, steadier.
And on the left side, you could see maybe there was a little bit of loping as he would come towards forward. You'd see him kind of bow to the left side a bit. So that was his baseline. And this is where we ended up. Now, to get there, we had gone through a few different iterations, and you can see this is almost the same prescription. So 180 is actually the same as 0. So 005 is really a 5-degree difference. This was along our journey. This is where we started. And I'm going to have him wait here for us. And we'll just look at these both side by side partially so you can see this is 10 degrees. So again, a very small change between these two, but a real difference in his character of movement. If I get them more in lockstep.
Oh, head is more upright.
And I had said this is more upright.
Okay. Do that again. You feel different?
I can't tell whether there's any difference.
You feel any more energetic?
Now that you mention it, I think I do.
Because you're walking with more energy.
I'm walking faster. I don't know why, but.
So these were the two powers and orientations on either side of where we landed. And this is that same one that you just saw on the right. I've now brought it over to the left so you can compare it with our final. And the difference here, he's just got a little more ease.
I like this. It's got the positives. You're moving a little faster, but with a little less power. It's like more grace. You feel like lighter on your feet. Good night, Madame.
Good night.
Good night. Try again, another walk. She'll let you go. Okay.
There's more force in him here. This one's a little more automatic.
Yeah.
Okay. This is
Now, yeah.
And that was him starting to realize, wow, this is interesting. How can such a small thing reproducibly make an impact? And so to help him understand that this was a legitimate difference, we repeated the no prescription version, and I'll let you see that against the final prescription.
It's like I want to slow down.
The speech is from
Yeah.
here.
Uh-huh. Take your hand out of your pocket. Uh-huh. You can take an extra lap if you want to see how do I really feel, like kind of walk it off.
I'll let him wait for a moment. There's that loping down to his left.
Mm-hmm.
I want to walk faster, but
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
No, yeah.
It's what it feels like.
Yep.
So that was the experience Michael had exploring with these lenses, and he's been wearing them constantly. And again, this is the smallest prescription one can imagine writing. It's in half of its orientation, it's no power. It's just this tiny little bit of power, but it's more than the power. It's the connection between the two sets of data coming between the two eyes or from each eye getting married in the brain. And that orienting and organizing him so that he feels more in alignment with his space. Some of the variations in the tension around the eyes from one cranium to the next, they can be alleviated and allow a person to maintain an upright posture without feeling like they've got a weight pulling them down, like you watched where Michael was getting pulled down to his left every time he would pass or take a gait passage without the lenses. So I think this is very, very powerful, and I'm fascinated by it. I hope that this piques your interest and leads you to explore and also to be conscious about when we're writing these subtle prescriptions that for some patients it may not matter, but for some people, this really can, very little can do quite a lot. It's to me a constant source of surprise, and I'm just at the beginning of this journey. So thank you for sharing it with me, and I hope to be able to see more providers doing this kind of work.